In this video, we're going to talk about how to drive potential tenants to your park's website so you can rent more of your spaces. And this video is for you if you have a good website, but not many people are visiting your site. So here's a little bit about me and why I'm qualified to talk about this. My name's Jason Ayers. I'm the founder of sendmoreleads.com, and we focus specifically on mobile home, RV park, and campground marketing. And what we do is we help you fill your vacant spaces using the internet, and we test our strategies with our own parks. I grew up in the mobile home and RV park business, and 3 generations of my family are in the business in both ownership and management positions. And one of the things that I've also done is I created Mobile Home Park Classroom, which smart owners use to find and then train their current and future property managers so that they don't have to invest a bunch of time to do that. So first of all, if you have tracking software installed on your website, you may know you aren't getting many visitors. But what are some of the signs that your website isn't being found online if you don't have tracking software in place? Well, the first thing is you may have low call volume from your website. Not very many people may be finding you, and not very many people may be calling you. The second thing is you may be getting very few online reservations or inquiries about reservations. And new tenants probably don't mention your website to you. With our parks, we get about 95% of our guests and tenants online, and when they walk in, most of them mention us and that they found us on the internet. So another factor may be nearby parks have lower vacancy rates than you do, which would indicate that there's demand in the area, but for some reason they're not finding you. So each of these symptoms may indicate a deeper problem, and the real problem may be with your website or with something called off-site promotion, and we'll get to what that is in just a second. So either way, this results in higher vacancy rates and lost revenue, which both are painful and not something you want to go through if you can help it. So to really get an idea of how much this is costing you, you can use the lost rent calculator on our website. So let's go over to sendmoreleads.com and check out the calculator. So here we are in sendmoreleads.com, and all we're going to do is click on Rent Calculator. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in the average number of vacant spaces that you have. And I'm just going to guess and say that you have, let's say, 17 vacant spaces. Maybe you're a seasonal park, so you're only open about 7 months out of the year. And your monthly rental rate is about $380 a month. So assuming a hypothetical 90% occupancy rate, which allows for turnover, people coming in and out, and a little more realistic assumption, and assuming that there are enough people in your market and that your real challenge is just attracting them to your park, then you're losing about $5,814 a month or $40,698 a year in gross revenue from those spaces that are not being filled. And that's essentially what your current marketing is costing you, given the assumptions. So that's obviously a big problem, but what can we do about it? Well, the first thing is to install tracking software on your website. There's a quote from a very famous guy named Peter Drucker called "What gets measured gets managed." And basically this means it's very hard to manage something or to improve upon it unless you can measure it. So one of the things that I would suggest is to sign up for Google Analytics, which is free, and they give you a little piece of code which you or your website developer could put on your website to start tracking how many visitors you have and where they're coming from. The next step is to fix any issues on your website that are hurting your search engine rankings. And this can be difficult to diagnose without going in and really looking at your website, but let's go over a couple of them. So the problem may be due to your website design. If your website is stuffed with keywords, Google will penalize you. So let's look at an example. And I've highlighted in red the keyword that is stuffed. So it's RRV Park is the best RV park in Ocala, Florida. So if you're looking for an RV park in Ocala, you'll love our RV park. Now, obviously, Google's going to penalize you for this because it's not very enjoyable to read, and it's designed in a way to game the system or to try to increase your rankings in Google. So my best suggestion is to just write in a natural way that is the same way that you talk to somebody. So here's another example, and this is more based on the architecture of your site, where the domain name is being stuffed with keywords. So you can see that I've repeated it over and over. RV Park, RV Parks, RV Park, and Google has recently started penalizing for this. So that's also something to look out for and to correct. And if your website is designed in Flash, Google may not see the content. And this is also hard for me to tell just in a video, but what we do is we design our WordPresses for our client, we design websites for our clients in WordPress. And it's a great platform that Google happens to like a lot. So the next thing is to make sure Google is listing your website and business. If you're not even listed on Google, it's going to be very hard to be found by potential tenants. So one of the ways you can do this is just to go over to Google and then use this little technique. You put in site and then your website name. So if I put in the name of this park, you can see that it's returning a bunch of results, which means it's listed in Google. And you can see there are tons of them here. There are just pages after pages after pages of pages that are indexed in Google. So if people are searching for them, there's a chance that they can be found. Now the next thing to do is to come over to maps.google.com and to type in the name of your park and then the town where it's located. So we'll take this park, for example, and we'll just type it in. And what we're looking for is it found? Does Google show a result for it? And if it does show a result for it, then there's a good chance people will be able to find it when they're looking on Google Maps for the park itself. And if it's not there, then you need to go through the process to get it listed with Google. Now the next thing you can do is to create more useful content on your website. One of the things we do in our premium packages is we write blog posts or articles for our clients because it works. It creates more opportunities for Google to search through your content and to list it, and then for people to find it when they're searching online for you. And WordPress is a great platform for writing blog posts. Now, another thing you can do is to increase your off-site promotion. In the past, it was enough just to create a great website. Google would find you and they would list you, but now things have changed. Now you need to do more work off your website to create paths or roads back to your website. So one thing that I would recommend is to consider video marketing. It's very effective and it builds trust. We do this for our clients and we do it for our own parks, and it works very well. Now, another thing you can do is to use paid advertising. So Google changes their search algorithm all the time, which means one day you may be at the top of Google and the next day you may be on page 23. So one thing you can do is to use paid advertising. And that really jumpstarts the whole process. Google AdWords is a great place to start running ads. We run ads and we manage ads for our clients because it essentially gives us an opportunity and a way to make sure we're returned at the top of the search results. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. I know we covered a lot pretty quickly, and if you've signed up on our website at Send More Leads, then you'll be getting additional emails that'll go over this content in detail. If you want to find out if we can help you implement this, the first step is to schedule a video review of your park and your market. And what we'll do is we'll review your market, your competition, and your website if you have one. and provide you with a specific list of proven steps that you can take to start generating more leads and start filling your park using your website and the internet. And we'll also determine whether or not we can help you get better results than you're getting now. We don't work with everyone, and we also limit ourselves by geography because we don't want to compete against ourselves if we're already representing a park in the area where you're located. So it makes sense to sign up as quickly as you can and lock in your place before somebody else gets it. So here's how to sign up for a review. You just go to sendmoreleads.com, go to get started, and go to step 1, marketing review of your current website. When you click on that link, it'll take you to a video that will explain everything, and you'll have the option to get started if that's what you want to do right now. Or you can just click the link below this video and it'll take you to the same place.